Welcome, Inspire Tribe. Hello. We are live in the Inspired Livestream number 165. I'm Jean Nolan. This is Kristin Nolan. We're excited that you're here. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here with us. For those of you who are new, welcome to the tribe. It's a done deal. You're a member now. There's nothing you can do about it. You're going to be here forever. It is Monday, May 24th, 2021, WON, and we're healthy, we're wealthy, we're whole, we're free. We are growing in numbers, we're growing in strength, we're growing in consciousness. And today, friends, as you're tuning in and coming on, we're going to embrace the suck. Okay, we're gonna embrace the suck. If you are not scared, if you didn't get scared away by the title, if you feel like there's something to do here, something to shift here, because this is the Make Shift Happen live stream today. Kristin even made a beautiful shirt. Make Shift Happen. I think it's been selling quite well, right? Yeah, people have been ordering that shirt. Make Shift Happen. We love it. It's kind of become our unofficial motto for the membership calls. Make Shift Happen, and it's such a beautiful mindset. And that's where we're gonna work our ways towards today. As always, we're gonna peel the onion. Don't sit back, sit up straight. Buckle up, create a backbone position. That's what we're going to need today. We're just going to wait for a bunch of people here to jump on. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Emma. Welcome, Agnieszka. I know Black Sky. I've already seen her here a little earlier. Welcome.
Please tell the people about the practice clients.
Yeah, so before we jump into today's topic, I just wanted to say thank you for those who've reached out and volunteered to be a practice client for our Inspired Coaching Academy junior coaches. We have junior coaches that we're teaching this year to become coaches in the Inspired Coaching Academy, and they're always looking for practice clients to practice what they're learning. This is free of charge for you, very beneficial. Now they're becoming really good at what they're doing. They come into this experience already with the inner desire to help. Make shift happen with you. So if you feel inspired to help one of our coaches and go into this experience and become a practice client, send us an email to 365inspiredliving@gmail.com. We'll connect you with the gang, and one of the coaches will reach out to you and schedule an appointment. It's easy breezy, again, free of charge for you. You're free to send a donation if you desire to, but it's free of charge as they're learning. So welcome all as you're jumping on. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Let us know who you are. And if you want to let us know why you're here, what brought you here. It's different things for different people. I admire you for being here today as we dive into this topic. And as I said, it's called Embrace the Suck. And as always, if there's one thing that Kristin and I absolutely do not like at all, it's fake spirituality, fake positivity, fake anything. Okay, so we're going to be real, we're going to be authentic, we're going to say it like it is, because in our experience, doing that creates authenticity, authenticity creates real shifts, that's what makes life really interesting, beautiful, and joyous. And it doesn't happen when you continue to run away from what is, continue to not look. And that's the core of this message. It's already here. It's whatever is going on in your life. And here's the thing. Nobody gets through this life experience without having periods, experiences, and things that suck, things that are hurtful, things that are saddening, things that are agitating, things that are frustrating. But guess what? Those who create real shifts, those who really, really move beyond their current limitations are those who first embrace the suck. And what that means is quit pushing it away. Quit pushing the pain away. Quit pushing the sadness away. Quit ignoring it and quit pretending it's not there, because that's not real. When you say, oh my God, I don't want to look there because I don't want to attract more of it, guess what you're doing? You're just attracting more of it, because that's where the real vibration's at. This whole fake positivity, everything is good, everything is awesome, everything's beautiful. If you don't mean this in your core, if you don't feel this here, if this isn't you, those words don't mean shit. They don't mean anything. But if you actually embrace the moment, and if you realize that the pain is there for a reason, has been there for a reason, you pushing it away hasn't helped anything whatsoever. And there's a reason why you got to look there. There's a reason why sometimes you got to get angry. There's a reason why sometimes you got to embrace that anger. I'm telling you why, because chances are there's areas in your life where you've been landing in the same spot over and over and over again. Chances are every time you land there, you only get more frustrated. And chances are that you're telling yourself, just don't look, just push it away. Just keep being positive. Just keep saying those affirmations. And while we believe in those things, and while we love those things, while we love affirmations, while we work with them, they don't do anything if you are not in the spirit of it, if you are not in the truth of it. And you cannot be in the truth of it if you, in the back of your mind, still blame other people for what's happening to you. If you still point fingers at someone else in your present or in your past. If you at night still think to yourself, if only Bill hadn't done that. If only my dad, if only my grandma, if only my spouse, if only my wife, if only my child, if only. You know what that means? You're still looking outward. And here's what I'm telling you now. Okay, go there. Embrace that moment. And for once, be authentic in it and work yourself up a little bit. Work yourself into that anger a little bit, into that blame a little bit. Because what you're at least going to do is you're going to acknowledge that it's there. You're going to acknowledge the fullness of these old, stupid emotions. Because when you get angry, you know what you start doing? You start breathing a little deeper. Because when you get angry, you got to get more oxygen. You got to get more fuel. You got to get more in you so you can get a little more angry. And you start coming up with all of those old beliefs, all of those old habits, all of that old shit that's been piled up somewhere. And then you let it come up. And when you let it come up, it becomes fully present. It's not hidden anymore. And when it's here, guess what you can do? You can start accepting it. You can start accepting that that's part of your story, part of your journey. That there's nothing that you can do to change that journey. But there's everything that you can do of how you're going to proceed from here on forward. So when you let all of that come up, when you allow yourself to feel it, when you allow for that anger to come up, for that sadness, for that frustration, for that poverty, for all the crap, then you can sit with yourself. And eventually you can start saying, I forgive. Doesn't matter who you forgive for now. Just say, I forgive. Doesn't feel real. Sit a little longer. Start slowly. Just slowly. And say, I forgive. That's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to magically all disappear. But that is the first step. That is real. That is authentic. And when the tears come up, let them flow. It's an overflow of emotion. It's how our body works with when there's too much inside of you, when it's boiling up. You let it out. You let those tears flow. And that's when you become real. And that's the beginning of making shift happen. Until you become real, nothing really changes. Because when you allow yourself to embrace the suck, when you allow yourself to realize there have been things that have kept bringing you to the same situation, only then will you become aware of what's really driving those decisions that keep you getting to the same point. Because it's your decisions that keep getting you there. And guess what? As long as you're frustrated, as long as you're angry, as long as you're in pain, and you keep perpetuating that pain, you're going to keep making those same decisions. You're going to keep saying and deciding on the same things, and you're going to keep being surprised why you land in the same spot. When it's all you, it's not your circumstances. There's millions of people who have overcome circumstances, so it can't be circumstances. And beliefs, they can be changed, but you gotta be freaking honest with yourself. You gotta own it, not blame yourself. Own it. Own it means accepting it. Own it means quit putting up resistance. Own it means that when you embrace it, what does that mean to embrace something? It means you appreciate it eventually as much as you appreciate the good stuff. Guess what? I've never seen anyone who's fighting off the good stuff. No one says, oh my God, no. Just keep that joy away from me. Oh my God, I could get more of that. People don't usually do that. They push the other stuff away. But that whole pushing away thing doesn't work. You cannot fake your way into a true, authentic, happy, joyous, balanced, inspired life. It just doesn't work that way. You could be sitting there repeating those affirmations until the cows come home, and it still wouldn't change a whole lot because you're not actually believing yourself. And while you can lie to the world and you can put on a face and say, I'm in this most wonderful place in my life, everything is working out perfectly, it's coming to me. If there is no vibrational foundation for those words, all you do is keep perpetuating the same thing. And there's simply no use in doing that any longer. The whole planet is at this point in time experiencing all this crap and all this coming up of this age-old shit only because we've been doing this on a collective level. So we have to become aware. You have to know why. When the shit hits the fan, you make a decision that's not working out for you. Because once you know why, you know where that decision-making beliefs come from, and then you can heal that. And that's the whole point of embracing the suck. So you can heal it. Guess what? For your life, egotistical pride, jealousy, fear, all of those things are your enemies. There is no happy life with being egotistically jealous and fearful and self-centered and all those things and being prideful in that way. There is absolutely no joy in that. But you have to understand where these things come from. It's like the great wisdom of warfare. You have to know your enemy as good or even better than your friend, because only when you become aware of these things, you can change them. If you don't realize that every time someone says a certain thing, a certain kind of thing to you, you become all prideful and you begin to become all defensive and you begin to do the same thing over and over again. Unless you realize that it's going to be the same loop until the end, the same loop. And you don't want the loop. You want the freedom, the expansion. But you cannot fake or lie your way into that. You simply cannot. But you can heal what's there, transform what's there, and for that, you got to embrace it. And you got to know that these experiences that created those harmful beliefs, that created those in the way beliefs, that created those patterns, these experiences, you need to embrace them because they have shown and taught you so much. They've allowed you to create a shift. They've allowed you to expand beyond your current limitations. So if you deny them, ignore them, pretend they're not there, that's not going to change a thing. They might express themselves differently in your life, but they will express themselves. The longer you ignore them, the greater the pain becomes. There's nothing more frustrating than working towards something you desire in your life and realizing you keep ending up in the same spot where you're stuck. 5 years, 2 years, 10 years, 15 years, some people all their lives. So what's it going to take? What's it going to take for you to embrace the wholeness of who you are, all the experiences, and begin with that process of forgiving, because that's what it will take. It doesn't matter what happened to you. It doesn't matter how bad it is. It doesn't matter how traumatic it was. There's only one solution, is to forgive. It does not happen overnight for many of us. It might take a month, it might take a year, and you might have to come back to it. But every time you do it, it gets better. You do not forgive for the benefit of the other people. That's their secondhand benefit if you forgive. You forgive for your own peace, for your own transformation, for your own healing. Because guess what? The resentment, the anger, the sadness, it's within you. It's not within those people. It's within you. You feel it. So if you forgive it, that forgiveness happens inside of you. It doesn't happen inside of them. It happens inside of you. Guess what forgiveness equals? Freedom. Once you're forgiven, you're free. Once you're free, you can make new choices. Once you can make new choices, you have new outcomes. And that's how this works. If I hear one more person who I can clearly see is in distress, emotionally stressed, physically stressed, spiritually stressed, say everything is working out for me at all times, I might yell. I might yell at them. Not because I'm frustrated, but because I want them to see that there's something bigger. And sometimes yelling, getting louder, using different language helps. It breaks the pattern. It breaks the pattern. Because you cannot lie your way into something better. It does not work. Because it's a vibrational thing. Your words, if you would shut up now and never speak again, your life can still be bliss, because words don't really do anything. It's what happens inside here. It's what you do with that vibrational body of yours. If you want to cleanse that thing and make it really, really good, embrace the shit first. You can't build a really good house on a pile of shit. Embrace that, transform it, heal it. Get angry if you need to get angry. If you need that, buy some boxing gloves and, punch, not at another person. Punch at a wall or punch at a bag or something. Punch until you cannot punch anymore. You'll get to that point where you won't have enough energy anymore to keep punching. And something begins to happen at that point. It's when you break patterns. It's when you break free, begin to break free. If we were not meant to experience these feelings, we wouldn't have the capacity. So there's a reason. The reason is that these feelings and acknowledging them allows us to work with the vibrational discrepancies in our experience. Now, this is higher concept. But what that really means is that there's a reason why you can feel pain and sadness. There's a reason why you can express that, why you can experience that. And pushing that away from you is not going to help at all. So get to know that. Most people that are very scared, they never look at their fears. They never look at what the root of the fear is. They're so afraid of being afraid. They just keep hiding. They keep hiding from everything that might look fearful, feel fearful, or put them in that state. And guess what that creates? More opportunities to experience and see potential for fear. It's all the same principle over and over and over again. And if you could only see that you could shrink that time to a much shorter period, that time of healing, if you just be honest with yourself, say, hey, this is where I'm at right now. These are the things I'm frustrated about. Let me see what this feels like. Let me see where this comes from. When did I feel frustrated before? When did this begin? Was I always like that? Because that's when you get to the core. And eventually there'll be a face in your mind and you can pinpoint it to, and you can say, hey, that's where this began. This person, although they probably meant well, they taught me frustration. They taught me that No matter how hard you try, you'll always fail. That some people are fat and some people are skinny. That's just the way it is. Some people get lucky, make money. Some people work like crazy, never get ahead. All those things, all those beliefs, they're out there. And we at some point, we have sucked them in and they have become our experience, but they don't have to be our future. But we have to embrace that side to heal it, forgive it, embrace it, and then move on. You cannot just rip out those pages, pretend they don't exist, and start writing a new story on the foundation of the old shit. It doesn't work. Trust us. Trust us. We have tried often enough in our lives like everyone else. And we've seen so many people seeking help that did not want to go there. They said, that's the past. I don't want to look there. Just want to write a new story. Well, it doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. You're way too complex of a being. You have a memory inside of you. You have what we call the pain body. It's this thing inside of you that through life experience, you have been feeding that pain body. It doesn't just go away. And you never know when it's going to get activated. Because guess what? Simple thing. Let's say that pain body of yours, it began somewhere when you were a child. You've observed things, you've experienced things. And whoever caused in the beginning that pain body used to say one word over and over again. Now, every time you go out into the world 20, 30 years later, if someone says that word, you know what happens? That shit gets activated. All over again, for no particular reason. You're feeling it all over again. Guess what it does? It stifles you. It slows you down. It puts you in this narrow space where you cannot change and move. It's not real anymore, but it's still happening. And healing needs to take place. But before it can take place, you need to embrace your whole story. Not repeat it. Not tell it over and over again. Just embrace that it's there. Accept it. Let go of the resistance. That's the whole secret. Now, for most of us, we can't do it on our own. I couldn't do it on my own. I didn't even know how to. Luckily, my wife knew how to. So she helped me. She taught me. And I forgave. And I moved on. And luckily now we have each other. So when something does come up, we can embrace it. We can heal it. We move on. So find someone who you can trust, who's going to guide you and help you to do that, who's not going to blow sugar up your ass, who's not going to tell you that everything's all roses and sunshine when you know deep inside it doesn't feel that way. But they will tell you that it can be roses and sunshine. Life is a pretty outstanding experience. And all of that is possible. But you got to be honest with yourself. And sometimes you need help with that. If you want us to help you, we're here. That's what we do. That's just part of our calling. Christina's been doing this for quite a few years. You want to say how many? No, doesn't matter, right? You forgot. Yeah, it's like we forget. And we've been doing this together for quite a few years. And people have always found us in the most unbelievable places. They always show up, tell their story. If you want to show up and tell your story, we're here. That's what we do. It's our calling. So come send us an email or whatever. Just, wherever you feel inspired to reach out. Whether you want to do a one-on-one or you feel inspired to, join us for one of the programs or courses or whatever it is. Or if it's not us, that's fine too. It's not a sales call. You just go and find someone you trust. Take a first step. Baby steps. You don't have to be all there tomorrow. But but you will get to a really wonderful place where life feels easy. And even when difficult things come up, you still kind of feel like, it's kind of just going to work out fine. And then you're going to actually mean it. You're not going to just say that to yourself to calm your nerves. It's not just going to be some sort of tactic. It's going to be the truth. Because when you're in the flow of things flow. That's just how it is. So embrace it. Embrace all of you. Your story is powerful. Everything that happened to you, that you experienced, is powerful. Everything has power in it. And create, change it around, shift it. Rather than your story being your destiny, transform it and make it a source of empowerment. Well, we believe in you. We believe you can do that. But we want to be straight with you. We want to be honest with you. There's so many people out there just blowing sugar up people's asses and lying, outright lying. And saying that if they just use this magical formula and say these words and just do a little bit of affirmation work, that everything that's happened to them, it's just going to be all hunky-dory and gone. That's not how it works. But there are amazing ways of how this works. So tribe, we're here. If we're who you want to call on, we're here. If you want to do a EUCY session and start that way, let us know. That's been the beginning for so many of our tribesters. Having a one-on-one EUCY session, always wonderful. And I might say there's something exciting coming up and in September. At the end of September, we're going to invite you earlier, but at the end of September, we're going to get together with a group of you in a magical place. And create some real shift, a real big shift momentum. It's going to be a beautiful event. All I can say is there will be beach, there will be ocean, there will be sunshine, and there will be amazing experiences. We're going to let you know more very soon. But if you feel like that kind of thing, a retreat, a get-together with the Inspired Tribe inspires you, you can get on the early announcement list. Just send us an email to 365inspiredliving@gmail.com and you'll be the first one to know. Yeah, because there will be limited space for that. It's going to be a smaller group, very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Tribe, thank you for being here with us. Thank you for allowing me to kick your ass today. Not because I enjoy kicking ass. And I'm saying that not literally, but verbally, figuratively. A parable. Sometimes words just don't come out right. But thank you for being here, for going through these beautiful things, and for allowing for these words to have purpose and value and meaning, and for embracing them. And we have heard of many, many shifts over this past year from people that all over the world that have been with us. And it's the most beautiful thing. It's the most beautiful thing. I want to begin sharing some stories every now and then from our tribe members and the amazing things they're doing, how they're expanding, how their lives are shifting. It's really, really, really powerful. All right, tribe, we'll be here again tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central, right here on the Inspired channel. Be healthy, wealthy, whole, and free, and we love you all.